The Cristiano Ronaldo that we all know and love is no more. This version of CR7 is one that we're now going to be with for a very long time because Ronaldo has officially entered his influencer era. That's right, it's not too long until Ronaldo moves into the AMP house, into the FAZE house, in the name of making the best possible content, because as an influencer, that's what you really want to do. So Ronaldo, of course, for his accolades, needs no introduction. For many, he is the greatest player of all time. And for the longest period of his career, the guy was constantly in footballing headlines, as he would do something new every week that captivated audiences. Once he made his move to Saudi Arabia following his fallout with Ten Hag, many people felt that this was signaling the end for Ronaldo as a foreboding footballing figure. And you know, so far it's been very 50-50. After Ronaldo went there, a lot of players followed suit to Saudi Arabia, in large part due to the humongous salaries that these clubs were paying, which all again ties into Ronaldo's initial move and the overall project of Saudi Arabia to turn the country into a footballing country. And you know what? If you paid me that much, inshallah, I am moving to Saudi Arabia as well. With that being said, we still see Ronaldo's influence a lot despite his move to an inferior league, and a lot of that comes down to the fact that because he is playing worse opposition, his scoring output is higher, meaning he's gonna be in the headlines because he's still doing stuff, he's scoring goals. And then I did say it was 50-50, so on the other side of the coin, when we have seen Ronaldo in more competitive settings, he's very hit or miss. He had a very bad Euros campaign, but has also been great for Portugal in the Nations League. Overall, as a whole, due to his age and just consistently playing against poor opposition, it's clear that Ronaldo isn't even at the level that he was at when he was, let's say, rejoining United. And of course, he's gunning for that 1,000 goal record, which once he does break, he's probably just gonna retire, to be honest. There's no way he retires before that. And once he does retire, he has his career as an influencer pretty much panned out already. See, about 3 months ago, Ronaldo launched his YouTube channel, You Are Cristiano, which immediately broke a ton of records on the site and is currently at 69 million subscribers. So you can see how this career as an influencer is planned out already, mapped out really, because he's also the most followed person on the planet. And I do also want to say real quick, with Messi being an MLS in the United States, he's also becoming a lot more commercialized. It's kind of clear to see where his career might go after football as well. He's appearing in commercials and all that good stuff like that, so it's not just Ronaldo.
Bad boys?
So once Ronaldo did launch his channel, people did clown on the guy due to the fact that they felt that the content that he was making was not really good. But I'm not here to harp on his entire channel really. Rather, I wanted to explore his most recent collaboration, the one with Mr.Beast. See, when I saw the announcement that these two guys were going to be doing a podcast together, or at least a conversational video together, I genuinely could not believe my eyes. Because what the heck are these two completely opposite guys even going to talk about? And full transparency, to watch this collaboration, I went into it pretty much completely blind. I had no idea what they were going to talk about, nothing like that. Aside from like 2 clips that I saw on Twitter that they were using to promote the damn thing, I hadn't seen anything, or heard anything for a matter of fact. So of course, I don't really expect much football talk from this conversation between these two guys. I mean, it's not like Ronaldo has Zidane on the space, Figo on the space, or some footballing mind, Jose Mourinho. It's Mr.Beast, so they're not going to be talking about football the entire time. I get that. But realistically, I mean, maybe some life advice. You know, these are two guys that essentially started from nothing, used the talents that they had at their disposal, and pretty much grinded to the top of their game at one point or another. So they're bound to have something to discuss, at least in that aspect, right? Theoretically, there's some life lessons that one could potentially learn from this video. So join me in finding out what the heck Ronaldo and Mr.Beast chopped it up for just about 14 minutes. And of course, boys, real quick, enjoying the video, enjoying the content, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. We're dropping weekly football videos on the channel, so don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. And I am counting this as a football video because it is, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo that we're talking about here. And of course, boys, not new to the channel, welcome back. Glad to have you on for another video. With that being said, boys, let's get into the best and the beast conversation. So fair warning for this video, it's filled with some cringy 2012 style editing to the point where who knows how old the editor for this video is. I genuinely cannot tell. And at the same time, it's actively being edited like it's meant for a TikTok, if that makes any sense. Like, there's just these random sound effects thrown in.
You think I'm gonna beat you?
That don't really make sense to me. But the interview starts off pretty regularly with the clip that was actually used to promote the video in the first place, as Ronaldo asked Mr.Beast how he felt about Ronaldo's insane come up through YouTube, and if he thinks the Ronaldo channel can pass the Mr.Beast channel. And as Mr.Beast is somewhat, you know, praising Ronaldo for this insane come up that he had on YouTube, Ronaldo just kind of interrupts him and say he actually doesn't want to break this record for some reason.
That isn't like
But
too
this
hard
record is for you.
I
I don't want to beat that record, honestly.
I don't know if Ronaldo thinks he actually can't do it or if he thinks he's just going to do it at one point or another and he just wants to save face with this guy, but I found that kind of funny. So Ronaldo then asked Jimmy, or Mr. Beast, what he thinks of the Ronaldo channel.
You see my YouTube channel?
Of course, yeah.
What do you think?
So you have Mr. Beast, right? Best YouTuber of all time if we're talking from a number standpoint, and Ronaldo's asking him, what do you think of my channel? And instead of praising him for, you know what, great video ideas or maybe even interesting edits that he's seeing in these videos, he pretty much just tells Ronaldo that he has motion because he's Ronaldo, so that's gonna be his best asset.
I think your greatest asset is anyone will film with you, so you could have so many cool collabs, kind of like this one. Like, you should have Tom Brady pop in for a video, Speed, you should have like all these big names, you know?
If you ask me, this is him pretty much just saying, brother, your videos aren't great, your channel isn't great, but you know what? You're Ronaldo, so it's gonna work out regardless of what you do. And the whole time as well, Ronaldo just has his blank expression on his face. Like he's just listening to the guy, but he's not actually taking anything in. And a big theme in this video is gonna be just Mr. Beast talking to Ronaldo about something that Ronaldo just has no interest in, which results in Mr. Beast just giving Ronaldo advice, but because Ronaldo doesn't really care, he just mindlessly soaks in the information. Like when Mr. Beast starts telling Ronaldo how not to make cringy thumbnails.
Keep your mouth closed and just like get some good high quality images of your face. Your team can put them in the thumbnail. Yeah, I got it. All right. So what you'll do, you want to show expression. So you'll just be like,
Mr. Beast, you know what? That is great advice. I'm sure many YouTubers have tried to make thumbnails like yours in the past, but I'm not sure if Ronaldo's team will really take the advice. I think Ronaldo even cares or knows or puts any input into what the thumbnails actually are on his channel. The thumbnails are gonna be what they be. But you know what? Nonetheless, you have the bigger guy giving the littler guy some YouTube advice. So you love to see it. So once the thumbnail conversation was over, they transitioned to talk about places where, you know, they've gotten a lot of love from fans outside of their respective countries. And you know, when I say they talk, I really mean Mr. Beast, because Ronaldo doesn't really ever say much.
like we were in a hotel and like fans literally surrounded the hotel and started knocking on every door. I mean, I'm sure you've had weird stuff like this happen, and you fly private everywhere. Flying commercial, it was sometimes is brutal.
It's brutal,
Oh
right?
yeah, it's people running up and down the aisle going, can we have a photo, photo, photo? And like for him, like the entire
So then real quick, the conversation turns into age. Mr. Beast learns that Ronaldo's 40. He tells him that he's about to die.
39
Okay,
and a few months.
okay, almost 40.
Yeah, almost 40.
About to die, you're getting
And
old.
Kind of crazy if you ask me. Which then transitions into probably one of the few times that they actually have a back and forth conversation as they briefly talk about aging and how Mr. Beast wants to do YouTube until he really can't anymore. And Ronaldo actually talks about how he wants to push his career pretty much as far as he really can at a high level. Kind of interesting, right? And you can see both of these guys really mean what they're talking about. And it's probably the one thing that they really have in common, that, like I said, they're both hustlers, they both want to grind, they both want to be at the top of their field. So it makes sense. This is the one actual part of the damn video that was actually good to see because they were having a good conversation. But then it transitions into Mr. Beast showing Ronaldo the video where he buried himself alive for 7 days.
Myself alive for 7 days. So
that you did?
yeah, so this is my coffin.
In the video itself, they make edits to make Ronaldo look like scared, fearful. But if you ask me, this is where Ronaldo really clocks just how insane Mr. Beast is. You have a guy who conquered world football, prime, elite, top level athlete, top of the world in the world's most popular game, learning about a YouTuber who buried himself alive for millions and millions of views. Ronaldo's face just says it all. And you know what's so funny about this whole conversation these two were having? My guy Ronaldo hit him with the "my brother, you're crazy."
And no time.
Brother, you crazy, eh?
Yeah, that one was brutal. Tyler, what up?
We've all been there when we're just getting absolutely yapped to. And they just keep on talking about all the crazy video ideas that Mr. Beast has done for just a bit longer. All while Ronaldo just keeps looking at him more and more shocked that anyone would actually put themselves through all of this just for YouTube. I think Ronaldo's like, bro, this is YouTube. I'm on this website uploading 2-minute videos and getting millions of views. What the hell are you putting yourself through this for? So they talked about it for a bit longer, but by a bit longer, I mean a very good chunk of this video, because it literally just becomes Ronaldo asking him what his favorite and most viewed videos are, not in a very introspective way where maybe we can learn a little bit something from Mr. Beast, maybe something about the production side, maybe just about his personality and why they're his favorite videos, or in a way where Ronaldo maybe wants to learn something and implement that into the concepts for his channel. But instead, it was like when you're at a family gathering, you have an uncle uncle, kind of know you have a decent relationship, and he just starts asking you about your interests and you tell him about it. You can tell he's listening, but he doesn't really care. He's just making conversation and being nice to you. That's kind of what it felt like. And then you know what? After this, we got a point where there was almost another good, interesting segment. So Ronaldo asks Mr. Beast what sports he's into, and Mr. Beast responds with basketball. Shortly after, Mr. Beast mentioned how it's interesting that LeBron is now playing with his son at the Lakers, and if Cristiano would want to see that with his son translated into football sometime soon. So Ronaldo gives off a pretty dry answer.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see how my legs going. Let's see.
You know what? Considering that Cristiano Ronaldo's son is 14, there's 3 more years for him to really be playing at a professional level. It was going to be hard for Ronaldo to really dive deep into that, but still his response was pretty dry nonetheless and kind of just killed that conversation there. And so after pretty much just killing the conversation with his response, Ronaldo just asked him, how do you deal with fame?
What I think. How you deal with the fame?
Oh, how do I deal with it?
Yes.
And then once Mr. Beast pretty much answers a question, I don't know if they cut out a bunch of yapping from Mr. Beast or something, but Ronaldo just pretty much follows up Mr. Beast's response with, hey man, come watch an Al Nassr game in Saudi Arabia. You need a vacation.
I invite you to come to any game that you choose and your time as well.
And that was pretty much the end of this thrilling conversation between 2 of the biggest people on this planet. So at the end of the day, who was this video for? Ronaldo fans aren't learning anything new. Mr. Beast fans aren't learning anything new. Football fans aren't learning anything new. YouTube heads aren't learning anything new. Who was this video for? Also, the fact that the guy called it breaking the internet is just the funniest thing ever. The guy's still living in 2012. His editor, his team is still living in 2012. I don't know what's going on, but this is probably the funniest and the worst high-end video like this on YouTube. Am I being hyperbolic? Probably. But again, this video is just, I don't understand it. I don't know why it happened. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's cool to see these 2 guys in the same room together, just chopping it up a little bit. But they weren't even chopping it up. It just all felt weird and scripted and uncanny if I had to put a word on it. But you know what? Ronaldo, with that being said, my brother, if you need another guest for your podcast, YouTube channel, you know who to call.